Hi, this is your friend Suna Senman, and I'm speaking to my friends here. Um, and if you're here, you're my friend. I love reading words of wisdom in books and seeing words of wisdom through videos. And so I want to do my part to help put out in the world some of these guidances and words of wisdoms that have helped me. And I know that each one of us receive things in different ways. So there will be books that speak to us more, or videos that speak to us more. And I know all of us have expressions that need to be heard that help other people raise up into greater joy and bliss and peacefulness. And that is a discernment to put out into the world what you want to come back. So that's what I'm going to focus on in my presentation today, is building your blueprint of what you really want in the world. I am the author of the book Being and Peace. Being, the yellow book here, is a process, and this is Peace, discovering life's harmony through relationships. So I'm going to work with an exercise in this book, Peace, discovering life's harmony through relationships. The book itself is a relationship between you, the reader, and me, the author, and you really write it as your own story, your own blueprint and recording of your soul's journey in the most divine way of your heart's desire. So when I write my books, they are more stimulating your inner wisdom. They are not meant to be a perfect presentation where I convey wisdom and knowledge to you. They are meant to be stimulants for your own inner wisdom to come out, because I believe in you. I believe you have the wisdom and all the codes of divinity within you. And so I'm going to also start, and I'm going to present this book that I've been working with quite a bit, called the Sofia Code. And this is a book that emphasizes activating those codes in a very spiritual way with some ascended masters, divine feminine ascended masters. And I'm going to read a paragraph in the book, Sofia Code, chapter 13, page 305. It is, remember that as a divine parent birthing new realities, the outside world is incapable of informing your awareness about what you are here to birth and what is physically possible for you to create. Your outer world is filled with obstacles and disbelief of another age. You are here to birth a new world that looks entirely different from the world you live in now. The only blueprint for what you are here to birth exists within your soul's own heart womb. Therefore, we invite you to keep your eyes fixed on this holy of holies within you and never look away. So you may close your eyes and take a deep breath and just imagine a diamond light within your heart, or within your third eye here, or within your entire body. Just close your eyes and breathe deeply into that diamond light in stillness. See that diamond, bright, white, glittering with the multi-colors of a rainbow that a diamond emits. See that as the flame of your core and connect with that. So now as you are connected into that core, and the more you breathe into it and visualize it and practice it, the more connected you will experience yourself to be. You are always connected. Now, from peace, discovering life's harmony through relationships, I'm going to, by Suna Senman, that's me, I'm going to read the chapter compassion. I'm going to read parts of it. This is page 130. It's a poem called Hovering Compassionately. The sun is rising into the sky over the calm waters and vegetation. The birds are rallying their songs from tree to tree in stereo. I am present in the world, aware of the stature of my body, aware of the environment that I see and hear, taking in the light without burning my skin. God is so profoundly present, and I am dull in experiencing Him. Separated, I listen to the gentle waves break on the sea and think it's just noise. Yet God is whispering to me over and over. And like a pre-language infant, all I hear is noise. I fail to extract the message from the sounds. A variety of palm trees stand before me with intricate strokes of beauty. I observe the artwork with ignorance, simply noticing the green color and the fanning shapes. I fail to read the expression this artist conveys in his choice of color, shape, and composition. And what an amazing piece of art that allows each individual to obtain his or own unique composition depending upon the perspective of approach. Like the swaddled infant, I do not know what I'm experiencing. While sounds and sights are familiar, I merely take them in without making sense of them. Regardless, the parent holding me continues to communicate to me, a one-way conversation. I may babble back, thinking that my sounds are meaningful. My parent is thrilled with the effort I make to respond, even though my sounds make no sense at all. How long will he find my babble satisfying? At what point does his heart sink, realizing that this child is retarded, slow to learn to communicate? At what point does he cry at the prolonged loneliness of reaching out with no reply? My parent never gives up on me. He continues to hold me swaddled at his breast, speaking to me, hoping that at any moment I will grasp the message and utter a sensible reply. This was my metaphor of the unawakened self that is simply going through this world, not noticing the beautiful messages that are always been given to us through nature, and through sometimes the scenes that we see, children playing, or some smile from a cashier, or the sounds and the wisdoms that we get, like through these books and videos and just listen. So I'm going to continue with a couple more paragraphs and then go right into the exercise that you can do to create your blueprint for your creation of your beautiful, peace, joyful world. So here I'm reading now on page 132, Compassionate Peace. Compassion is openness, respect, and action. Openness allows for the presence of other. The recognition of other is an initial respect that is sustained with continuing respect. Allowing the experience of the other to come into my own experience helps me feel and become aware of the other's reality. Then, with my comprehension of the other's reality, I can act to support higher quality of life in the other. The other could be an aspect within myself or another person or thing. When my actions are aligned with higher wisdom, they are compassionate actions of peace. So compassion within. You can connect with your higher wisdom consciousness. You connect your consciousness to your higher wisdom. In the moment of connection, you have a flash of higher awareness that directs you to peace. After the flash of wisdom, your body could say, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to move. How do you connect that higher wisdom to action in the physical body? Peace in the individual is the harmonious connection of the higher spirit to the body. Just like two people with different lifestyles have trouble getting along, a person's mind and body that has different lifestyles struggles to harmonize. If truth, the purpose of Scripture, is God's food for the mind, what is God's food for the body? What is the method for connecting your consciousness of higher wisdom to actions in your body? The body needs health to support health in the spirit. Scriptures give directions for proper care of the body in order to bring it into harmony with higher spirit. Science provides many instructions for biological health as well. The mind's lack of compassion for the body, or the body's lack of compassion for the mind, is the beginning of the disconnection and disharmony between the mind and the body. So the higher mind, or the divine mind, also is the aspect of yourself that is eternal and is moving you to joy and expansion and such. And then you may have heard of the ego mind that's a little bit contraction, protect myself. Let's think of death, that might happen, and problems. So we have selective hearing, selective listening, and we can listen to the higher mind, the divine, the aspect in us that wants to expand and experience peace and joy, or we can listen to that contracted part of us as well. And if we hear love and acceptance, we are hearing with our higher mind. If we hear attack, we are listening with the ego contracting mind. And we only go in one of two directions. There's no just doing nothing. It comes from the intention of our hearts. And if you simply decide, I want to expand love and joy and peace in my life, that's the direction you're going in. Regardless of what happens along the way, there may be many obstacles, but if you know your direction, you are going to always look for the divine messages and open your ears more and more for the divine, the joy, the expansion, the things that you want in the world. And if you can develop the discipline within your mind, within your consciousness, to always keep in touch with your heart's desire, your inner blueprint, then no matter what obstacles or what people say or what things happen, you will get there, because that's where you're focusing your energy. And just use your currency of energy wisely, putting as much as you can in that direction. And yes, using some to perhaps take care of the obstacles, getting through them. But if you can really focus, like, all your energy, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, and everything comes in line, then you will find that there's minimal energy or focus that has to go into these obstacles. So now, the exercise, which is on page 134 in Peace, Discovering Life's Harmony Through Relationships by Suna, Senman, me. This is an exercise where you can fill in the book, or you can have your own notebook on the side. But I ask you to complete the following thoughts. My perfect self would react to a mistake by, this is your perfect self, and you write that down. The second one is, my perfect self would eat, and you write that down. Whatever comes from your heart, when you think of your perfect self, keep a vision of that diamond glowing light within you, deep in your heart, in your whole being, that diamond glowing light of the divine core of your being, of who you are. The next question, my perfect self would do these things every day. Just write exactly what comes to you first from this diamond light that you are breathing into and you feel within yourself. My perfect self would treat my mother this way. I'm just going to do 2 more questions, but there's several more in here that you can access when you read the book. My perfect self would say this to my father. And think of your perfect self coming right out of that diamond light. Whatever comes to you, you may be surprised. Just write it down. My perfect self would say this to my father. And the last one that I'm going to take here is, my perfect self can see. And just write the first thing that comes down, coming out of that diamond light of your heart. And now I'm going to skip the other questions, because you can do that when you want to take the time to really go into that. And I'm going to go to this last paragraph of this chapter. All of your answers to these exercises are thoughts that you can turn into action. You have a choice. No one controls who you are but you. Any choice you make is fine, as long as you do not blame your choice on anything else. Love and forgive yourself. Then make a new choice in each new moment. You may jot down some possible choices of action here. This is taking authorship of your life, of knowing that you have the power to create your life and your world and your relationships. And therefore you are the author of your life when you read and do the exercises of this book, Peace, Discovering Life's Harmony Through Relationships, I simply bring forth questions and concepts to stimulate your own inner wisdom, your own thinking, your own free will choices, not the ones that are just directed by underlying viruses of trauma, programs of trauma, but that give you a chance to go really deep into the core, the heart, the divine beingness of who you are, and write your blueprint for your life, which supersedes any of the other stuff, any of the other running programs, any of the things that people do around you or say, anything. That divine blueprint that you access from within your heart trumps all. Go forward with blessings in this day. Thank you for being the beautiful being that you are, my dear beloved friend.